Hey, how are you? Welcome back. This is Microdose U. I'm Dr. Dave, and I've got some really good questions from some viewers and listeners that I want to answer on this show today. They're very commonly asked questions, and I've got one of them is a real doozy. This is not a common one, but before I get into it, I want to share with you. This is what day 3. Yep, I have COVID right now. This is what day 3 looks like. Here I am, day 3, COVID. I shouldn't be laughing. You know, COVID can be serious. Luckily, my case is not terrible, and I've been vaxxed, and I'm totally up to date with my vaccines. And also, I am taking the Paxlovid. It's the antiviral because I'm in a high risk group. I'm not immunocompromised or anything, but I am over 60. So they say that I am in a high risk group. So I want to do everything I can to stay safe, stay healthy, so I can continue giving you information and helping you with what I've been through, and hopefully it'll help you. So that's okay. That's it about COVID. I'm okay tonight. I occasionally have to cough quite a bit, so if I do, I'll edit that out so you won't even know I'm coughing, okay? Let's get right into the first question. And by the way, as you know, this is not to be construed or taken as medical advice. Friend talking to friend. I just want to make sure, because some people, it's a crazy society we're in these days, and I just want to make sure that you know that even though I'm a retired dentist, I call myself doctor. I am a doctor. I'm not in the position to be giving medical advice. This is just my experience, what I've learned from my journey with microdosing and taking some occasional larger doses. Okay, let's get into the questions right now. Where are they? Let's get them. Okay, first question is, Dr. Dave, which strain is best for anxiety and depression for microdosing? Great question. Get asked this all the time. I am not a strain expert. The most common species, now there's a difference between strains and species. Species is like a higher up group. So species would be like Psilocybin cubensis. That's the most probably common species of psychedelic mushrooms. Although there are others. Psilocybin cubensis is the most common. And within Psilocybin cubensis, there are a ton of strains. I don't even know how many, but there are a lot. I don't pretend to know them all. But the most common strains, especially for microdosing, are ones that are kind of mild to moderate. They're not like super, super strong strains. So the ones that come to my mind are B+ and golden teachers. You've probably heard those a lot, mentioned a lot. Whoever you're sourcing from, just ask them what strain it is, and there's a very good chance if you're doing it from microdosing, there's a very good chance it would be either B+, golden teachers, or else listen to what they say, and if it's something in that category, that's fine too. Okay, that's it about strains. Let's get to the next question. Dr. Dave, I heard that psilocybin and other psychedelics may cause heart valve problems. Is that true? What's the story? That's a great question. I've heard the same thing. I'm honestly not sure. I've tried to research this quite a bit because I would not want to personally be taking something that could be harming my heart valves. I have not been able to find anything conclusive. I've seen things that hint that there could be problems with heart valves if you're taking psychedelics. Other studies say, I don't even know if they're formal studies, but they say no, they don't see any problem. The bottom line is I really don't know, but I have a comment on that. Microdosing magic mushrooms has basically saved my life. So let's make this up and say there's a possibility that over extended time and a lot of use of magic mushrooms, there's a chance they could cause heart valve problems. Let's just say that. So let's say our chance is, okay, we say we don't want to touch them because there could be heart valve problems involved. And so I want to keep on living the way I've been living. Now, in my case, it was depression. It was anxiety. It was post-traumatic stress disorder from a controlled marriage. I'll just leave it at that. More things too. I was just my lifestyle, just things I got into during my life that just obviously didn't work out for me. So my life was a mess, and it caused all these problems. So and talk therapy really did not work. It was way too slow. Antidepressants, yeah, they helped some, but still didn't feel 100%. I feel 100% now. I feel really, really good. In other words, I would normally wake up, in the past, I would wake up in the morning and I would feel my heart beating, my heart pounding strong. I didn't know why, but I started to think that was normal. Maybe my heart should be pounding. Maybe I should be anxious some of the time. Maybe I should be anxious a lot. I thought that was normal until it started to almost kill me, and that's when I had to look into microdosing magic mushrooms. They have turned my life around. I am sitting here right now talking to you. I feel really, really good, and that's not to brag to anybody that's going through some issues or trauma or problems. I'm telling you this because I was there. It was horrible. It was really, really bad, and they've turned my life around. So my point is, if there is a slight chance, and it's not conclusive, even if there's a slight chance of causing heart valve problems, if I would have kept on going the way I'm going, I guarantee high blood pressure, heart problems, stroke, one of those, they would have killed me first. I guarantee that. So I feel so healthy now. I don't think it's going to cause any heart valve problems. If it does when I'm 96 years old, that's the way it is. That means I lived decades of good life in between now and then. So I don't have a conclusive answer. It's a great question, but that's my opinion. This is my kind of rationalization of my answer. Thanks for the question. I really appreciate it. Okay, next question. This comes from a person on YouTube named, or I guess nicknamed Deathstroke. This is actually difficult for me, but I'm going to read the question. It's not even a question really, it's a comment. It's a very strong comment. And I will tell you this, I get emails all the time from you guys. I get comments on YouTube. I get all kinds of, however you reach me, I try my best to answer almost everything. And almost all of your comments, or questions to me, I should say, are positive in nature. I know you're really trying to improve, and you're asking questions to help yourself out, maybe help loved ones out or whatever. Sometimes I get comments and questions that are, I say more comments that are just not in good spirit. And I want to share this with you because sometimes I really don't know what to do about it. I really am trying to help so many people, but when I get something like this, it is hurtful. So here it is. Dr. Dave, I've had to unsubscribe to your channel now that you've changed the name to Microdose U. I initially followed because your journey resonated with mine, but your knowledge of psilocybin and microdosing and macrodosing is too elementary for you to be in a position to teach at a university about it, even if it is just YouTube. Speaking of your journey and your experiences are one thing. Labeling yourself as a Microdose U is another. I'm not making this up. It would have been better staying at Microdose 101. I think you're in way over your head, Dave, and you need to slow down. And he ends with, all the best in your journey, Dave. I hope your life continues to improve. Well, with comments like that, how can my life improve? So Deathstroke, I will respond here. I'll respond to anybody watching this video after reading this comment. Microdose U is just a cute, clever name for my YouTube channel. If anybody thinks this is a true university, then you've got more problems that I could possibly help you with. Again, it's a cutesy name. I'm never implying that this is an accredited university on YouTube and I'm a professor here. I mean, are you serious? Are you really serious? I think you are. And also, if you want to unsubscribe, why do you have to write a note like that to me telling me you're unsubscribing? You just click unsubscribe, like probably many people do. It's okay. I'm not for everybody. But as far as my knowledge, okay, let me tell you what I think about that. I never claim to be a genius or claim to be the most knowledgeable person about microdosing. I'm fully transparent that I've only been into this for a year and a half or less. A year and a half ago, I knew nothing. But the thing I knew is that my life was totally fucked up. I mean, really bad. I expanded on that on the previous questions, so I don't have to go into that again. It was really bad and nothing else was helping. I finally found something that was helping. There is no question about it. It's not a placebo because I've been doing this for over a year now. If it were a placebo, it would not last that long. It has truly turned my life around. Now, I know many people, and I've met many people now with my YouTube channel and my podcast, all over the world that are suffering in a way similar to mine or even a little bit different, but still, nonetheless, you're suffering. And I put myself on the line several times per week, sharing my life story, which was horrible, and sharing what I've done to turn it around. I never claimed to be an expert on psilocybin. Not many people are, I gotta tell you. But I claim to be a real person, a regular guy, somebody in their 60s who lived through a lot of hell and found a way to fix it. Every day right now, like I said from the last question, I feel really good. And if I can help one person, maybe even if I can help one person a month turn their life around and feel like I do every day, then that is a huge success story. I never ask for any money from anybody. I'm using my own time to do this. For somebody like Deathstroke to write this letter to me, and then at the very end to say, all the best in your journey. Well, I call bullshit on that. You are passive aggressive, and that was a horrible letter you sent to me, and I just wanted to bring this to people, showing you what I have to deal with sometimes to maintain a channel where I try to help people every single day. That's all I'll say about it. I'm so thankful for 99.9% of you that appreciate me and know that I'm a human being and know that I'm not an expert and know that I don't know everything, and I freely admit that I don't know everything, and I appreciate every single one of you. The 1 in 100 or so that I get that are crazy and send me weird letters, I get several, but not many, luckily. I get several. But I do my best. I deal with them. Sometimes I even think, am I not good enough to do this show for you guys? Am I a failure? Am I somebody who knows nothing that's trying to put on a front? And then I think, no, I'm not like that. I'm a real person, and I'm somebody who's lived through this craziness and figured out a way to fix it, and I'm sharing it with people all over the world now. That's real. That is real, and how dare you try to intimidate me or tell me the name of my channel is not a name that I should have, or that I'm claiming to be a university professor. Okay, that's enough. Let's get on to the next question, because it's a good one and I appreciate good questions. Thank you so much for your awesome content. I subscribed. May I please ask, how long do we microdose? Do we do it for 1 month or 2 months? And would that help the brain and then stop? Or is it something that we need to do throughout our entire lives? I don't want to put myself in the position of permanently wanting to do microdosing to feel better. Eddie, I promise you when I got that, I would share this online, on my video, on my podcast, and try to answer this as best as I can. It's a great question. And Eddie, I don't have the answer to that. I'm only a year and a half into this, or a little less than a year and a half into this, and I don't know. I mean, would it be great if everything I've done with microdosing, I could stop right now, never have to touch psilocybin again, and I'd just feel great into my 90s or even 100 years old? That would be fantastic. But I don't know the answer. Psilocybin is such a wonderful plant that I am willing to use it for as long as I need to feel this good. Now, admittedly, I take breaks. Since I told you at the beginning of the show that I have COVID now, and I wasn't even feeling well a few days before I even took my test, I have not microdosed in probably just about a week now. And so it's been 7 days, and I feel totally fine. I don't feel like I need it. I don't feel like if I don't take it in 5 minutes, I'm going to be anxious and depressed. I don't feel like that at all. I feel really good. However, I like to continue my microdose because it works so well. I don't want to just stop. There's no reason I need to stop. It makes me just feel really good. Now, it's funny. I do have concerns. I've thought about this in the past, although it's kind of not a logical concern. But I have concerns that one day I'll be really old. I'm kind of old now, but not really old. One day I'll be really old, laying in my bed in the nursing home, and I'll say, "Excuse me, can you get me the magic mushrooms? I need magic mushrooms to feel good. Can somebody get me some magic mushrooms?" I think about that. I wonder, what would happen? Now, number one, at that point, maybe they'll be legal. I don't really know. And I hope I'm never in a nursing home. My goal is to just live a great, full life, be really healthy, and then one day just fall over and die, or die in my sleep. That would be the best. Being infirmed in a nursing home for weeks, months, years, that's not really what I see happen. I don't want that to happen to me. But I digress. That's way off topic. Eddie, I hope it helps. I'm not sure. I know people like Trip Maxwell, a really good friend of mine, who is really into the larger therapeutic doses. I think maybe threshold doses, he calls them. He would probably have an answer, and he would probably say that once you take large doses, there's a possibility you never need them again. And I think some people take large doses, but maybe once a year, every few months, they take another dose to maintain. I don't really know, but I'm more of a, I don't want to call myself an expert or a professor because I'll get killed again, but I'm more of a microdose person, and I'm willing to do it as long as I need to. So I hope this helps. I just don't have the definitive answer, but if it helps, and it really helps, and you feel great, what does it matter? That's my final answer. Okay, guys, thank you so much for sticking with me. This is a long one, long by my standards, but and that third one I threw in there, just a doozy, but I just wanted to share with you some of the things that I have to deal with to get these videos to you. I've got to deal with the good, the bad, the not so bad, the ugly, but I do it because I really care about you and I really care about helping people. I'll leave it at that. Until next time, Dr. Dave. This is Microdose U, and I'm sticking to it, and I'm not changing the name. See you later.